And I think the reason why people love good horror or horror in general is so they can feel.
I want to say yes, but that would be a lie. So it's,
Have you looked it up?
no, but now I'm going to. He doesn't
It's
show up at
not
the
a
family
common name.
picnics.
No, but it's
It
not a common name. You might be like
it's
nine
true.
cousins once removed. I mean,
I'll take
no,
it.
yeah, right. He's really good. That's true.
I do love Ed Norton. I had the chance to speak to him once for I can't think of the name of it. It was a project. It was several years ago, and
Hmm.
uh, and
Well,
and I
apparently his new movie is ridiculous. It's so good. The Invite. We have
oh yes, he's in
best.
that. That's right.
He's in that, and it's so good. And it was written by Rashida Jones, who I knew since she was 5 years old and a little baby. Because when I was doing The Color Purple, she ran away. I was going over to Quincy's for dinner, and there was little Rashida. I was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm running away."
From
And
home.
I said, "Yeah." She was running away. She was mad at her dad for something, and she had a little bag, paper bag of clothing. And then I said, "Well, what are you waiting for?" She goes, "My limo." And then Quincy came out and he goes, "You know, you failed when your 5 year old's running away and she's waiting for her limo." That's my Rashida Jones story. But anyway, her new movie's apparently really good. Hi.
Hi, it is great to meet you, and it
So
is.
great to meet you.
Oh my goodness. And I mean, you are just an incredible Hollywood icon, right? Honestly, this is true joy and a pleasure. And Scared to Death is an absolute blast. It is so much fun.
I'm so happy you like it, and I'm sorry I'm not in it more, but
I,
I
that
set it up.
yes, you do. You do. You
Yeah,
do. And
yeah.
you have such a great way to set the film up for sure. Um,
Mhm.
what excites you about this film, though? I know, I like you say, you may not be in it much, but it is an important role. What is it that excites you
Well,
about Scared to Death?
here's the honest truth. My dear friend of many, many decades is the producer. And he said, Rae Dawn, he called me and he said, Rae Dawn, I have this role. It's not big. I just need you to come and zap the film and I need you to kickstart what's happening in the plot. And he goes, would you come do it? And it's one day. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it for you. I mean, we're at that point now, right? Where you have friends and friends need something, you just rise to the occasion. As long as there's no kids and animals aren't being hurt, you're like, I'm there.
Exactly,
Are
exactly.
you Canadian? I hear a Canadian accent.
You do? Oh,
Yes.
yes, I'm in Toronto right now.
Okay, because I
That's
was like, from Canada. I like T
yes,
Zero.
because you're
My
from Canada. Are you're
Yeah,
from?
and my sister lives there, Precious Chong. She lives in Toronto. She's a comedian and she's done a ton of work there. She lives there. She
Oh
lives,
wow,
she's yeah, we have relatives in T Zero. I have one of my best friends lives there, Mary Jo Eustace is there. Yeah, I like Toronto. Toronto's one of my favorite places.
that gives me joy. That gives me joy. It
Yeah,
actually gives me joy that you catch my Toronto accent because
I hear it. There
yeah.
was something you said, and I was like, oh, he's Canadian. All right, more. Give me more. Give me more. Give me a
Okay.
little bit. My people are going to be so mad at me. I just go on these tangents.
No, I
Ask
love
me
it.
anything. Ask me
This is
anything.
great. Well, you know what? I mean, you've done the gambit of styles of films, just incredible projects. But Scared to Death, I mean, we're dabbling with horror. And with
Mhm.
all the things you've done, I was wondering why do we need horror? Why do we need films like Scared to Death?
I think people are numb, to be honest. I
Mm,
think most people are emotionally numb and they're unwilling so they need, it's like cutting, it's emotional cutting. It gets you off your couch. It makes you jump. And I think the reason why people love good horror or horror in general is so they can feel. So
mm,
it's a psychological almost in a way, it's like electroshock. We live in this numbing environment where we're numbed out by scrolling, we're numbed out by trauma, we're numbed out by all the drama, we're numbed out by stress. So how do you get out of that? You get charged. So I think that's why horror has an audience. People don't know how to feel, so that's a way to to be jarred.
but it's interesting because this film has such a blend of moments. Like
Comedy.
you have comedy, you have the horror aspects, and you have this dark subplot. I don't want to give it away, but of childhood trauma.
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah.
interesting that you're talking about this of shaking them awake to a story like this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. That's what we're here for. And I think
Yeah.
I think that's the attraction because when you meet people who really like horror movies, you'll find that they're pretty guarded. They're pretty, there's a lot of layers for them to feel. And like
Mm.
people who can't watch horror tend to be quite fluent in their feelings.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Empaths have a hard time with horror
Why do you think that is? That's interesting
because
that you say that.
we're too sensitive. We feel
Mm.
everything acutely. You know, I don't know if you have kids, but you'll have a kid who doesn't notice anything and just is fine, can handle it, whatever. Then you have a kid who's just sitting in the corner, just stewing and hurting and feeling, and you're like, oh my God, what? And they're like, you hurt my feelings 4 days ago. You know what I mean? So you never know. Each of us carries, we're working different programs.
You know, that I've never heard it put so succinctly before, and it explains my relationship with the genre, to be honest. It has like the last few years, I'm talking about me now. I want to talk about the film, but I mean like the last few years I've really come to enjoy horror, but there was so long where I couldn't because I didn't understand the emotional impact. You know, some
Yeah.
people walk out of it and they're like, doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, what? There were all these things. Um, and a
Yeah.
film like this hits on all of those levels. It's really fun. Um, I I wanted to ask you. There's a line in the film, and I know it's not your character, but there is a line in the film that I thought was very interesting. And one of the characters says, "I think you only see ghosts if you believe in them." And I wondered if in your mind, what makes our ghosts, and what do you think of a line like that means?
I think it's really astute. And I think there are ghosts. And I think that we're multidimensional creatures. I think the human condition, that's just the truth of it. There's more than this, just this dimension. Most of us function thinking this is it. Some of us are cracked in and cracked open. We know there's multiples, and there's definitely ghosts. Like when people die yeah. So I think it's an astute. It's also like someone who's constantly dark and always reciting the negative and this is what happened to me. And you know that person. So of course they get rear-ended, they lose their money, their husband or wife cheats on them. You know, that person who just lives and radiates in the lower frequencies. And then you have people who are just in the positive frequency, who are like, it's so good. I am so grateful for this one moment of win. And then you notice that luck happens to them, or they meet the most amazing opportunities. So I feel like there's an example of the truth of life. You can swim in all these wonderful oceans of energetic fields. It's your choice which one it is. So so I think it's an astute line and I'm glad it's in our movie.
Honestly, Rae Dawn, this has been it's such a fun piece, but I agree with you. I'm glad it's in there. What do you hope audiences take away from Scared to Death?
Well, I just think you should have fun. I mean, it's a romp. And I just want people to just have a really good time. I mean, I think people are expecting something and then they get sort of surprised. So I hope they're delighted because we're delighted. We're delighted to bring it to you.
Honestly, I'm delighted to chat with you. I really am. And we're out of time, but
Mr. Nord,
it's such a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for your time.
it's my pleasure.
Uh, and have a great day. Thank you so
You
much.
too. Oh, yes. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye bye.